So it's kind of awkward because, see this shit, I'm about to tape my glasses together. Look, if you don't know, I just had a baby. Not myself, I was not pregnant myself. My girlfriend, she just had a baby. And you don't get a lot of time anymore, right? And anyone who's had children can relate. I'm talking like I've had children for God knows how long. This is my first child. But it's been a little bit crazy to say the least. But I finally found a little opportunity tonight to get a video done for YouTube so I can hit you guys up with some new content. I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to break down to you how to make the perfect song in this video through an analogy. So the analogy I'm going to use for this video, let's talk a sneaker, a shoe, a trainer, depending on where you live in the world. You want to make a shoe that appeals to every single person in the world, right? Because you would assume that would be the best shoe. It would make the most money because it appeals to everybody, right? So when you start making this shoe, you got to consider every kind of shoe there is, and I'll give you a few examples, right? You take this one shoe that you're making, you put air bubbles on it, you put those lights that light up every time you take a step, Healy wheels on that shit, 256 different colorways on that shit. You want a high top, low top, and mid top. So you got some kind of zips that you can zip off to, depending on what kind of top you want on there. You want them to be cleats, but you also want them to be flat. You want them to have grip, but you also want them to be wooden on the bottom, like some dress shoes. You want to wear them to play basketball, and you want to wear them to play tennis. You want to be able to go to the club wearing them, but you also want to go for hikes wearing them. I mean, this is how we're going to appeal to everybody with this shoe, right? We're going to jam pack it with every single thing you can do to a fucking shoe, and we're going to put on this shoe, and it's going to sell to everybody because everybody's going to love this shit now because it's got something that everybody loves. As I went through that list, you started realizing no one will buy that fucking shoe. And it's the same with your music, right? If you try to please everybody and you try and put every single feature there is, like in music, you know, if you're trying to be lyrically deep but appeal to the people in the clubs, it's going to be fucking difficult. You're going to cancel one of them out, right? If you want it to be emo but you also want it to be positive, it's going to be difficult to do. If you want it to bring people up but also bring people down, probably not going to keep a cohesive vibe throughout that track. Now, of course, there is no such thing as making the perfect track. Never has been, never will be. You've just got to make the perfect track for somebody. Don't try to please everybody. Yeah, you might pick up some people along the way and that you didn't really intend to make music for, and that's really cool. That's really fucking cool. But you really want to focus on the people that you're making music for. You've got to learn what they like and you've got to execute on that. So if you, and the style of music you make, if you appreciate the lyricism, if you appreciate getting raw on a track and sharing, you know, the darkest parts of your life, stick to that, man. Don't try and make some light, happy music. Like, it's not for your people, it's not for you. And if you make those kind of tracks, don't try and make a club track, man. Like, if you want to just do it for fun and whatever reason you want to make it for, whether you just want to challenge yourself or something, just understand what you're doing. You're kind of like driving away from your fan base, and you know, some of them may like it, but you got to stay true to you and your brand, right? And that's where a lot of people, I get a vibe from a lot of people. Like, I download people's mixtapes, listen to it, and it sounds like they just threw 10 random ass tracks on it instead of, you know, I'm going to create a theme, I'm going to create a feeling, this is who I am, this is my brand, this is my style of music. And I don't always get that from a mixtape or an album. It's just people throwing tracks. And I'm in no way saying, you know, stifle yourself or restrict yourself from trying new things. Of course, try new things, experiment, cross over, do all kinds of stuff, but just don't try and please everybody and fill an album or fill a project with a bit of everything. Just don't do that shit. Just know who you're aiming for, know who you are, and just fucking smash the shit out of that right there. Just knock the ball out of the park in that direction. And that's how you make the perfect song for someone. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd like to say I'll be back Wednesday or some other day, but with the baby it's a bit crazy, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm going to do my absolute best. So subscribe and press notifications, click that little bell, it's under the video somewhere, click that shit and get the notifications from me whenever I drop a video. It's coming straight to you. Don't get mad, get motivated. Wait, no. We'll speak soon. Peace.